Hi, it's David in the stained glass studio. We had a little bit of a concern on this particular window. Here are the two pieces of glass that were on the sides. But as the window got foiled, it started to grow, and one of the things we usually do is push our nails out just a little bit so it can grow. But you see, this grew too much. And so you see how much bigger this was. You would have taken up quite a bit more. You see how far it was? And over here, and we would have had to have cut all these many small pieces off and trim them. So we made these two pieces. We cut two new pieces that were smaller. Now, why is that such a big deal? Well, it isn't on a regular window. Normally, you could just take it, let it grow, and that's what we do. That's one of the common practices that we have, is we let a window grow a little bit, because if you're building a 12 by 12 panel and it grows a little bit and it's going to just be hanging by itself, then we let it grow. But on this particular window, we need it to fit. And so here we are. It needs to fit in a 7.5-inch opening, and so we've got just under 7.5 there. Same here down here. Just under 7.5. So now it will fit just right. We didn't have to cut all these little pieces along here. We just narrowed this outside edge, and that's going to make it work very nicely. And see how good it looks? I mean, you can't even tell that there was any change. So now as I solder this, you know, all of these pieces are so tight, and so the foil is so precise that as I solder it, it just makes it look like a really good, almost photographic-like. I think Jeannie did a really good job on the work she did on this pattern. Okay, I just want to show you what you do when you get two sharp edges. See how these two edges come together and they're very sharp? And see, that looks perfect. But if you accidentally have too much solder, then it doesn't look perfect. So what you do is you drag some away to another area that hasn't been soldered yet, and then touch it up. And there, it looks pretty good. Now let's try one while I'm coming to this part right here. And you see I've been getting all this, but this area here has too much. It's kind of a blob, and so we just drag some away. We don't even have to touch and pull up and pull extra solder away. We can just drag it as we're soldering. Let's see if there, oh, here's another spot here where if we do it and we get too much. Sometimes it's really easy to have gotten too much and you don't even notice it. Then you come back later and you say, oh dear, let's fix that. So that's just a little tip. Thanks. All right, well, this has been David in the stained glass studio, and next time I'll show you how we put these into a window frame. And so we'll see you next time. it.